Google has recently rebranded Android, and it's still called the Android and not any other name or any other name like the Google operating system. I thought that way, but it's not. And I'm going to talk about a lot of things that have been announced by Google. So, without further ado, let's get started. Now, as you all know, when Android was released, the logo of it was really old, and it was a robot having a light green color, and it looked really good and classy. But then Google changed the logo a little bit, just a little bit, in 2014 and made it a little bit more dark green, and the logo at that time looked more futuristic. And back then in 2014, that was the time when Android got very famous. Maybe that was the reason Google thought that they should change the logo of Android. Then now, recently, Google has again changed the Android logo into a more smaller and minimalistic look. Now that's all okay. Let's just stop talking about the logo and let's talk about the Android Q, which is not the Android Q now. It's officially announced as Android 10. As you've noticed, Google is getting rid of Android names by naming it with sweets and biscuits and all that stuff. That's weird, I know that, but some people loved it. And because Google is going to name their Android versions in numericals just from in the future, this is kind of disappointing for some people, and it's making some people happy too, because some people think that naming an Android version or an operating system with a name of edibles is just weird, and for some it's more sensible. According to me, it is good because naming an operating system with an eatable's name is really difficult, because you have to find a name of an eatable and then you have to name it on that. And as you all know, numericals naming are more better, and Apple is also naming their operating systems on numbers. And as you know, iOS 13 is going to arrive. That's a topic I'll talk about later, but Android is moving towards version numbers and not version names. As you know that new numbers are infinite, so they are not going to have any problems in that. Yeah, numbers are infinite. And yeah, Google is really working hard on Android 10, and they are going to bring really new and good features in Android 10, and they are working on more accessibility than just a new fresh looking version of the new Android 10, but they are also working on accessibility. And if you've seen the developer conference of 2019, you might know that Google is working on Google Assistant very hard. And if you've seen that conference, the Google Assistant was performing really well, and it was kind of like Jarvis. Google is saying that in near future we are going to have our personal assistants like Iron Man has Jarvis.
Hey Google, open Calendar, open Calculator, open Photos, set a timer for 10 minutes. What's the weather today? What about tomorrow? Show me John Legend on Twitter. Get a Lyft ride to my hotel. Turn the flashlight on. Turn it off. Take a selfie.
So when we are going to get our personal assistants at our home, actually we do have a personal assistant of Google and Apple also at our homes, named as Google Home and all that, but still they are not that fluid, and they just still seem like a operating system or a voice assistant, but they don't seem like humans. In the near future, Google says that we are going to have such fluid assistants. That's what they say. And yeah, that was it, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. And let me know in the comments, what do you think about the Google rebrand and their new scheme of naming Android versions in numericals and not in names? Because according to me, finding the names of eatables is really difficult. Actually, it's not very difficult. They can just Google eatable names and they can get some names. Okay, Google should Google the thing they want. That's weird. Okay, thank you so much for watching. This is DTech Paradise and I'll see you in the next one. Stay tuned.